Yeah, good job. You just brought him
from
in, taking
Brookfield
all the power
softball.
away from me.
How we
Coach,
doing today, Coach?
Hey, how are you guys today?
Not bad, not bad at all. And I mean, get to venture into Brookfield. Now we get to venture into the Grace side of this MVAC. And what we like to do with all of our coaches, too, we always start off with a sort of meet the team segment, Coach. So I want to give you a chance to shout out your returners and some of the new faces that are going to be in Brookfield softball that are going to turn some heads this year.
Sure thing. We're in a unique position this year. Early on, we didn't think we were going to have any seniors at all. And we had a young lady come out for the first time to play high school in Anna Reichert. She's played basketball the last several years. And she did play some softball when she was younger, but she's going to be our lone senior this year. And the girls and the coaches are happy to have her. We do have a heavy junior roster. Quite a few of them have some varsity experience from last year, and we have some that need to get caught up a little bit. But last year we had Miranda Nicholson kind of lead us in the circle. She ended up with 9 wins and 114 strikeouts for us, and so we're going to lean on her heavily in the circle this year. And we have a few other girls that we're working with to get them ready. They don't have the varsity experience quite yet, but also some girls that really contributed last year. Sophia Hook played a lot of third base and some shortstop for us. Abigail DeJoy played some second base and a little bit of shortstop for us. Janae Pugh played outfield, a lot of right field for us, and was at the top of our order most of the year last year and did a real nice job. We also have a couple of sophomores in Cadence Huffman and Ariana Jones, who towards the end of the season got a little bit more playing time and did well with the time that they received. And then Katie Logan, who was our center fielder, she anchored our outfield last year, and Katie Gibson are both juniors, and Katie Gibson will do a little bit of catching for us. Did a little bit of catching for us last year, and will do a lot of catching for us this season. And then we have a few other girls that are juniors as well that didn't get a whole lot of varsity experience last year, but they have an opportunity to earn some this year, in Micaiah Graybill, Sammy McInerney, and we have a few others there that are working hard every day at practice.
When you look at your team from last year, I feel like personally as a softball fan, you guys went way under the radar. A lot of people were talking about other teams in the area, and rightfully so. There are a lot of good teams in the area, but man, you guys were 17-9. You went to the district championship game. You lost to Mathews. You went all the way to state. Talk about kind of building on that success and trying to kind of take that season for what it was, leave it in the past, and say this is a new team, but we have the same standard.
Well, that's a good point. And I've already told that to our team this year a couple of times. I said, this is a new season. This is a new team. And I said, it's really in your hands what kind of team we have, what level of effort you put in, your attitude each day, how you work with one another in the field, and that sort of thing. Last year was a really nice season for us. There's a lot of great competition in our league. And we're just trying to, be one of the better teams and improve on our success each year. But yeah, we know we didn't play our best in that district game. Mathews is a terrific team, and Coach Nicola was there for a lot of years and put together a terrific program. But I think, we lost a lot of seniors who I think it was 114 hits, 10 home runs, and something like 89 RBIs that we lost from last year's team. And so that's why some of these girls this year are going to have to step in and try to make up for some of that loss. And so it is a new team. We're going to have to play the game, sound defense, and be balanced in our approach in the offense, and just keep the errors to a minimum and hope that we can build on what we did last year. That's our goal.
Coach, you have the unique position, though, of not having only one senior, as you mentioned, too. Does that kind of change the coaching style now that you have a large group of this team, presumably for a 2-year window instead of maybe this 25% for a 1-year window, and then, so on and so forth? At least a majority, if not all of this team, 95% is coming back next year.
Right. Yeah, that is a unique position to be in, and we are excited about that. Before we knew Anna was coming out, we kind of joked around and told the juniors, you get 2 senior years. It's kind of a weird situation, but you get 2 senior years, put everything you can into this season, and let's see what we can do with it. And then, wherever we end up, we end up. And then next year we can come back and try to tackle it the same way.
Coach, obviously you play in a very tough MVAC grade tier. You got Garfield in this conference now, who has a very good softball program. Crestview's going to have their whole pitching staff back, and their battery of Carson Moore and Caden Sutton, and LeBray is always good. Talk about, and obviously, champion.
Don't forget champion.
They're almost don't even need mentioned. Talk about what it's like playing in this MVAC. I mean, nothing has to prepare you more than playing those programs twice a year.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. All the teams that you just mentioned, and like you said, adding Garfield this year, it just makes it that more competitive. Our league schedule and the pitchers that we face get us ready for the tournament. We did put together a fairly challenging non-league schedule as well. And I just told the girls, I want to face quality pitching all year as much as we can to prepare us for the postseason. And, champion is champion. Coach Weaver does a terrific job over there. Her girls are always prepared, always ready to play. And Crestview and Garfield, all the teams that you mentioned, LeBray, Falls, we split with them last year. They have a nice program as well. And so you just never know week to week and game to game. We split with quite a few of those teams last year, and it's tough to go every single night and win every single night, but you just have to prepare yourself to try to do that.
Coach, highlight some of those non-conference games that you're really excited about this team getting a chance to face, and just some of the programs that you're excited to get your feet wet against.
Well, we're doing something since we're so close to the state line. We're going to cross over into Pennsylvania for an early game with Hickory. They're one of the better programs over in Mercer County, and so we're going to play them early on. I'm excited about that one. I'm a friend with the coach over there as well. We may cross over into Pennsylvania for another game here that we're still working on for our schedule, but we have them. Howland invited us over for their Saturday tournament. We're going to participate with them and Jefferson. And so those are just a few. We're going to play Mathews in the regular season if the weather allows us. And so we're going to, those are just some of the highlights that we're looking forward to playing. We also have Gerard on the schedule, and their coaching staff do a terrific job over there, and they have a nice senior pitcher over there as well.
I'm sure if you could pick one non-conference game to have all year, it would be, let's just get Mathews in here. And that's going to be a team that we're probably going to see in the districts. Let's try to see them in the regular season too, and try to get some exposure to what we're going to have to get past to win a district.
Right. Yeah, that's a good point. And, weather always changes the schedule as well. In the spring here in Ohio, you just don't know. Some of these games get bumped back. And if you get back on your league games, then you don't get to play some of these non-league games. So we'll just wait and see what the spring has for us and the weather has for us. And I told our girls, I said, we're going to approach each game with the same approach and just come in ready to play, enjoy yourselves, compete hard. And that's the thing about our group. They're a great group of young ladies. They get along and they want to compete. They want to win, and they enjoy it. And so we just kind of set the table for them, and hopefully they'll take it from there.
In Ohio, April showers bring May showers, and that brings June. It just never ends. So hopefully our weather is light this year. We get a lot of games in. And Coach, talk about your assistants and the staff that you've put together this year. We know that head coaches can't do it alone. They get the interviews, but you obviously have a great support system. Talk about the people that make this program what it is.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up, because there's a lot of people that oftentimes don't get the recognition or the credit that they deserve. Mike Rotuno has been part of the Brookfield softball program for an incredibly long time, and we're lucky to have him. The girls respect and love him, and we're just, he put so much time in, just like all of our coaches do, but he's going to be a varsity assistant this year. Ron Schultz came over and started helping us last year. We were really fortunate. His daughter returned to Brookfield for her senior year. They were always Brookfield people, but she came over and helped us last year and was a big part of our team last year. And he's going to stay on the staff. He has a daughter that's a freshman this year as well. And he's going to help us. And Ron has a vast knowledge of softball. He's coached a lot of travel and is a high school coach himself. in previous years. Patty Hammond is going to be our junior varsity coach. You know, we're fortunate to have 22 or 23 girls out that even for a Division IV, a smaller school, we have a lot of good things happening in our youth leagues and all the way up through. And so Coach Patty's going to help with the varsity and our pitchers when she can, and then lead the JV team. And then Kenny Forsyth was, you know, the head softball coach prior to me. He's now the girls basketball coach at Brookfield, and he helps. And when he can, he does a lot of the stats for us and a lot of the things. And so he has a lot of knowledge as well that can, you know, fall back on and bounce things off of him as well.
Just can't get rid of Mr. Forsyth. He's going to be around for a long time.
he's Mr. Brookfield. Yeah.
When we talked with Coach Forsyth too, and I mean a lot of these girls multi-sport athletes, so you see a lot that from basketball to softball. And the interesting thing, and what I commented on them in basketball season, they seem like they have a very high IQ, in that when they play the game of basketball, everyone knows where they need to be, and they work in such a good cohesive unit. And Coach Forsyth told me about how all their IQs in actual real life are high. They're good, upstanding students as well. What can you say about them from the softball perspective, and how they play the game of softball, and just your perspective of them as students and as people as well, just as a coach?
I'll tell you, every single one of them are terrific students, intelligent in the classroom and on the softball field. I would agree 100% with Coach Kenny on that. And, you know, this is a group I would add, they're intrinsically motivated. They desire to do well at everything they do. It doesn't matter if it's soccer or volleyball, if it's basketball, if it's softball. They just want to come in every single day and put the effort in, and they work hard and they work well with one another. And so we're really lucky to have this group. They're a unique group of young ladies, and you know, they're a pleasure to coach, honestly, every single day. I mean, you have your ups and downs throughout a season and sometimes with different teams, but they're a terrific group to coach, and we're really lucky that they're Brookfield students and athletes.
Coach, before we let you go, I want you to give a call to action to the Brookfield community to get out and support you guys this season. When is your first game, and when can Brookfield fans finally get out and kind of rock that dark blue and support the Warriors on the softball diamond?
Well, right now, March 28th against Hickory at home is our first home game. We are looking for an opponent on March 26th. Still, we had someone scheduled, and we kind of lost that opportunity there. But right now it's Hickory on the 28th, unless we can find someone for the 26th. But yeah, it's going to be exciting softball. And I encourage our family members, our community, our students to come out and check out what the girls are doing inside the fence. And I don't think you'll be disappointed this year.
To be determined, but for right now, March 28th, catch the Warriors on that softball diamond.
Feels like the whole softball season, every week is to be determined. Maybe we'll, you know, with the weather.
Hey, we tell our girls, bring inside clothes and bring your uniforms, because we might be practicing one day when it rains, and we might be going to the field if it doesn't. So you never know what you're going to get from day to day.
Coach, thank you so much for taking the time to join us. We are so excited for this Brookfield team this year. We know that it's going to be very fun to watch. We wish you the best of luck, and we look forward to talking to you again real soon.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate the opportunity. Take care.